Y'all are really lucky because you get to witness the hair before the storm. This is what happens when you remove all the toner and you prep your hair to go blue for the Detroit Lions playoff game this weekend. But we've got lots of video game stuff to talk about, so enough about the hair. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. We've got big updates on Nintendo Switch 2's release date leak. We've got new news on what is coming next to Switch Online. Hallelujah, thank goodness gracious, and more updates as we go. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Let's get to that Switch Online stuff right now. As I told you, as Pioro told us, as we predicted, it's Golden Sun time, baby. The sun is shining twice as bright because we're getting both Golden Sun games on the GBA Virtual Console next Thursday. Nintendo put out a trailer saying finally Golden Sun and Golden Sun The Lost Age are coming to Nintendo Switch Online for those special subscribers that get access to the GBA catalog, and these are two exquisite games. Awesome JRPGs. I love the little gem that you get and can raise up and use. It's almost like, well, I better not say it's like Pokemon because it's definitely not like Pokemon, but I do love the fact of how the summons and how the little Digeni work in the game. You got Isaac Clarke, you got a bunch of great characters, a good storyline, and two games that are interconnected in very interesting ways. Both of them available for free for those expansion pack subscribers coming next week. And now we're down to just F-Zero. So what's interesting here is they did dump Golden Sun, one of the final promised games for GBA, and they gave us a surprise title. This makes things interesting, I think, for the future of Switch Online, because we don't really know much of anything coming forward for any system. But Nintendo has made it pretty obvious that they are prepped and ready to drop surprise games for any platform at any time. I think this is probably how it'll go until the next console, where maybe they don't have like a full trailer that shows like a list, a scroll of all these games to expect, but rather they have like, hey, it's a GBA dump day, it's an N64 dump day, it's an SNES, NES, GBC dump day, because those usually all coincide, maybe Genesis, and they'll just kind of continue to drip feed us without any set schedule until they're ready to sort of announce the next big wave, the next big thing, which I have to imagine coincides with the new console. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to blow it beforehand. So I think this is how it's going to go. But Golden Sun is a great get. Those are two games that should hold up well, and if you've played any recent sort of like throwback JRPGs, stuff like Sea of Stars, like you're going to love these games. They're not super long, which I think actually is appreciated in today's day and age, but they do have a ton of great content and awesome battles and sweet visuals. So Golden Sun is back, boom, baby, and it seems like even more is coming back to Universal Studios. We've now got new rumors that they're looking to add a Luigi's Mansion attraction to Universal Studios Orlando, which I think would be sick. Like an advanced high-tech haunted house, Luigi's Mansion style, could be really cool. I've been to Super Nintendo World in California, and that one has just the Mario Kart ride. But that Mario Kart ride takes excellent advantage of AR technology to really make you feel immersed in the Mario Kart world. I think the same technology could be used for Luigi's Mansion to have the ghosts kind of appear and be floating around and doing much more than, say, a traditional animatronic could do. Universal does love to use new tech, and Nintendo, they're right on board on the same wavelength, so I fully expect if this Luigi's Mansion ride does come to fruition, that it will be super cool. But the bigger part of this story is that the Pokemon area is also rumored to be coming to Universal Studios Orlando. We know that the Pokemon Company partnered with Universal Studios Japan to make something work over there, but now the big rumor is that the Simpsons area in Universal Studios Orlando is going to be replaced and overtaken by Pikachu and all of his friends, which I think is super sweet, not only because Pokemon is like the holy grail of theme park stuff based on the success of the IP and the popularity of the characters and brand, but I freaking hate that Simpsons ride. I've never been more motion sick in my life than after I rode the Simpsons ride at Universal Studios Orlando. It is a simulator from the depths. It's like, all things considered, a cool ride, but it made me feel more sick than I've ever felt in my life. I thought maybe my brain was going to explode. It really was so bad. The rumor doesn't end there, though, because there's also a Legend of Zelda ride supposedly coming to Universal Studios Orlando. And again, I go back to what I said when they first announced the theme park. This is like childhood wish fulfillment. Getting to go to a theme park where there's Pokemon, Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, that's just crazy. That's stuff out of my dreams. And so for as much bad as there is going on in the world, sometimes I like to just focus on the cool stuff and really be excited, because there are still grains and granules of hope and fun and joy and goodness. And I think the more we can focus on those, the more we can build that kind of vibe and momentum and hopefully carry it over into more important areas of life as well. But theme park stuff aside, let's talk Nintendo Switch 2. All right, you probably saw my video yesterday and a lot of talk about this whole leak of the Switch 2 release date being September 2024. Now we got big updates, multiple sources here, because that was a press release. Game Shark is becoming AI Shark, the former Code and Cheat company is now becoming an AI train up your video game skills company. And they weirdly said that they were launching alongside Switch 2 in September 2024. Seemed like a crazy thing to do. I hypothesized maybe it was like a secret, sneaky, genius, but kind of evil marketing move to just draw attention to their press release, which probably otherwise wouldn't have gotten a lot of attention. And boy, did it get so much attention. But Jason Schreier, very famed video game journalist, talked to someone from the company and they said that it was just a hypothesis. And then the parent company themselves came out and said that they do not know the exact Nintendo Switch 2 release date. They are just suspecting a window of when it will be. And they clarified that their Game Shark, AI Shark tech will be out fall 2024 and sort of remove the specific September qualifier. Now, I have thoughts because I do believe them. I do think, like, if we're going to put, like, our eggs in one basket, yes, it was a hypothesis. It probably did draw a lot more marketing attention. Maybe it was an innocent mistake that happened to work out very well for the company. But think about this. If that really was the launch date, and if they really did goof, wouldn't their response be to say that we don't know? Like, they probably don't know. I say like 90% it was just a hypothesis. They don't know for sure. They're not working with Nintendo, but if they were working with Nintendo, if they did know, Nintendo's on the phone saying, you have to say that it's a hypothesis. You have to say that you don't really know. You have to say it's just a window and you have to change your date to fall 2024. Isn't that exactly how it would go? Like, there's no world where they would come out and say, oops, we announced the Switch launch date. Sorry, Nintendo. Like, just think about it conspiracy-wise for a bit. If they were correct, if this was a genuine mistake, if they genuinely actually did know, this is exactly how they would come out. They would come out and say, sorry, we just hypothesized. We didn't mean to act like it was legit. We don't know when it's happening. We have no idea. That's exactly what they would say. I still think September is a great launch time for Nintendo Switch 2. I think anywhere between September and October basically is what I'm predicting now. I think it's those 2 months. I don't think you go July or August. I think that's awkward. It's way too soon to do March or April. May and June don't really feel like launch months, and I think that's on the quick end as well. So it's September or October. I still think this could end up being very spot on, but I don't think we will ever know whether the folks at AI Shark actually knew, intentionally leaked it, accidentally leaked it, got really lucky. I don't know. I would love to just know, because I'm that kind of person. I want to know exactly what went on here, fly on the wall type situation, but there won't be an AI Shark documentary or retrospective, I'm guessing. Therefore, they get some publicity and we get to, I guess, zero in our hypothesis because it just makes sense. And that's something I talked about yesterday. Like, regardless if this is right or not, it still is a great guess for the Switch 2. It's not announced yet. We don't have a window yet. We don't have a date yet. But to me, it's like you're down to September or October. You take your pick between those months. Do you want to come out in September when it's still technically summer? Do you want to come out in Halloween season? I think we're getting a new 3D Mario game and a new console in one of those 2 months, which is now 8 to 9 months away, which feels like forever, but at the same time, it'll probably creep up sooner than ever. So let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Isn't it weird that, yeah, they probably don't know, but this is exactly what they would say if they did know? And how do you feel about all the new rides coming? And Golden Sun, you played it before? Interested in checking it out? Let me know your take in the comments down below. Until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Love you lots. SwitchForce out.